Mm. My name is Safida Begum. I come from the upper part of Hunza Valley. It is in the northern areas of Pakistan. Nowadays there is a conflict kind of situation, like for NWFP, Northwest Frontier Province, people are calling it northern areas, actually, which is not. So, so when I say northern areas, so that it gives a different image, but our area is quite peaceful and people are more educated, and we have got different kinds of schools, private, English medium schools, and community schools, and also government schools. When I describe my childhood, it's quite interesting that I was born with conflict kind of situation. My parents had a different interest. They were expecting me, a son. They were expecting a son, but when they got me as a daughter, so it really disappointed them. And my father, he didn't come home for 3 days, and my mother, she kept on crying for some days. So it's that kind of situation. And similarly, when I was studying at my school, doing very well, and I really wanted to get education, but I was in grade 6. I got married when I was 11 years old. So there was a difficult situation for me. My interest was different and the tradition was different. They were not matching with each other. But one of my uncles, he supported me at home. He was coaching me at home, and then I could not go to school, but I studied at home. So this happened, and my education was discontinued for two or three times, but even then I tried to make it up. And for secondary classes, I got good marks, so that opened a door for me. My husband, he had promised with me, if you get good marks, I will take you to Karachi, because he was working in Karachi, which is the southern part of Pakistan. So he had a job there. So that opened a door for me in going to Karachi. So I got admission in a college, and I was the first woman from my area to get admission in a college. So that was my first experience. And first experience for our community people, all the people. So again, it was quite difficult for me. Many people, they were thinking, is it necessary to get education? You are married already, so you don't need to, you should stop that. And similarly, my in-laws, they were also kind of against education. They did not know, but I had kind of intrinsic motivation. I really wanted to continue my education. So luckily I graduated from there, and I did my BA and went to my school and joined as a school principal. I remember in when was it? I don't remember the date. Once there was a conference for school principals, and I was the only woman among all the men. There were 49 men, and I was the only woman. So, but that was a good experience, and I had developed some confidence because I studied from Karachi, so that was good. So in this way, I continued, and later on, I went through some short courses to improve my English language, which were organized from Aga Khan Education Services, and that also enabled me for masters in education from the Aga Khan University, Karachi. So I went back to Karachi again after some years. So I got a scholarship for that. So I did my master's in teacher education and went back to northern areas again and worked there as a teacher educator at the Professional Development Center in Gilgit. So I worked there for 8 years again. So there was an excellent opportunity for me to practice the theories from Aga Khan University, whatever I had learned during the MEd program. And the head of the PDC and Professional Development Center North was a practical woman. I learned a lot. She gave us support in the school, that how to give on the job training, and also she was running these professional sessions for us, and I learned how to develop these low cost, no cost materials for teaching, because we don't have resources. So she taught us, and then I learned that, and then I used that in the classrooms for on the job training programs. So that was something helping me how to put that theory into practice and then gain a practical experience. So from there, then the institution itself, it sent me to Bangladesh and to Tajikistan to run these primary education programs there. So I did that, and I also got an opportunity to come to USA, to the University of Kansas. And I had a sponsor there who had visited me, visited my school in 1993, and we used to communicate with each other. Once he invited me to come here, but then my husband, he did not allow me, saying, how can I send you to America? You may not come back. But anyway, when I came, and I stayed with them, and they looked after me very well, and it was a wonderful experience anyway. And I also got access to different schools, because he arranged for me. So I learned that, and I also attended the board's meetings and the district education department's meetings. So I learned about the mechanism of education, the infrastructure of education, and that helped me to analyze my own country, what is lacking there. So that was quite very helpful for me. Then I went back and continued the same mission. And last year I went to Afghanistan as an education advisor, professional development advisor.